Hi, everyone. This is your weather hazard briefing for Tuesday, November 1st. We've got some big weather changes headed our way as we go through Tuesday here and into Wednesday. The big story for us is going to be some very strong winds, especially as we go through the overnight hours into the first part of Wednesday. And we've got some more rain and snow coming our way in the forecast. So, some of our key points, we've already kind of given you a heads up of what we've got coming: wind and then some more rain and snow for us. Now, the first part of Tuesday here, still warm, still dry. The cold front won't be through yet. So, relatively quiet as far as any more precip goes through the first half of Tuesday and through most of Tuesday. But the cold front is going to move through overnight tonight, and that is really going to bring some of the strongest winds with it. But we are going to start to notice those winds picking up as we go throughout the day here on Tuesday. But again, some of the strongest winds will be through this evening and then through the first half of Wednesday. In fact, we do have a high wind warning out for a good portion of eastern Idaho from 6 p.m. Tuesday to noon on Wednesday. We'll talk about that a little bit more here coming up. And once that cold front comes through, temperatures certainly are going to drop. And again, we've got some more rain and snow coming our way then overnight and into Wednesday, eventually tapering off overnight Wednesday through very early Thursday morning. Here, though, we'll take a look at our satellite this morning through the Pacific Northwest. You can see more clouds moving into the area from the south, and then that next system still off to our west. Again, a lot more cloud cover with that. More moisture going to be headed our way with it. And again, with it, also those much stronger winds. So, with that, because of the windy conditions, we do have our weather risk outlook grid showing some moderate conditions, or at least some moderate impacts because of the weather conditions we're expecting as we go through basically overnight tonight and into Wednesday, especially with those strong winds, and then eventually adding in some rain and snow with that. Again, we've also been talking about that high wind warning. Again, it's going to be very windy, so we will likely see some gusts up to about 50 miles per hour for fairly widespread area, but some potential for gusts even up to almost 60 miles per hour. And you can notice we do get a little bit of a break then on Thursday. That's kind of our in-between day. We're going to be in between systems there before our next system starts to move in Friday into Saturday. But for now, we're mainly going to focus on our Tuesday into Wednesday here, since that is what we've got coming down the pipeline first. All right, so as far as watches and warnings go, you can see here in kind of this golden, almost yellow-brown kind of color, that is our high wind warning, basically for much of the eastern parts of Idaho here. It does include areas like Idaho Falls, Blackfoot, Pocatello, Soda Springs, down towards Preston and Burley, and up to the Island Park area. Again, with this, we are expecting some of the strongest wind gusts overnight tonight into the first part of Wednesday morning. Gusts could reach up to about 60 miles per hour. So, granted, a lot of us will probably be asleep while this is happening, but if you do have any of those high-profile vehicles, travel will be a little bit more difficult. In fact, if you have to drive a big semi, maybe you even want to change up your timing of schedule of things. It's going to be something to keep in mind if you're doing any of that interstate traveling, especially at those high speeds in any high-profile vehicles. That wind, you're definitely going to feel it, and it's going to be having an impact. So here's what things look like for today. Again, we've talked about the cold front. It won't come through just yet. We're going to notice that overnight, bringing in those much stronger winds, and then eventually those cooler temperatures reach us for our highs on Wednesday. So high temperatures today for your Tuesday. A lot of us are going to be back in the 50s and even some more low 60s once again. Enjoy it while it lasts because, once we get to tomorrow with the cold front passing through, then temperatures are going to drop for a lot of us by 15 to even almost 20 degrees. So there you can see by Wednesday morning that cold front is through. That's why we're going to be seeing those strongest wind gusts overnight tonight and much cooler temperatures and that chance for some more rain and snow along that cold front and behind that cold front as it passes through. So let's talk a little bit more about the winds. As far as some numbers go for you, as we get into the afternoon, we're going to start to see a lot of those winds gusting up to about 35, 40, 45 miles per hour in a few spots. Again, this is fairly widespread. Some parts of the area won't be quite as gusty. So some areas of the Magic Valley, not quite as bad. You even go up towards Haley and Sun Valley. Gusts are going to be closer to about that 20, 25 mile per hour range. And that's where you kind of see some of those lighter winds throughout this whole event. But for most of the rest of us, later this evening, we're going to start to see some gusts closer to 40, 45, even 50 miles per hour. And that continues overnight tonight. Now, keep in mind, some gusts up to even 60 miles per hour will be possible. Again, that's why we've got that high wind warning out from 6 p.m. Tuesday here into the first half of Wednesday. Even Wednesday morning, once this is finally starting to back off just a little bit, we're still going to see some of those early morning gusts anywhere from about 35, 40, still up to about 45, almost 50 miles per hour. It's not going to be until we get into Wednesday afternoon and evening that we really start to see any kind of real improvements with those wind gusts. And check out those temperatures. So again, the cold front's going to be through by the time we get to Wednesday afternoon. So highs are going to be more so in the mid and upper 30s and low 40s for much of the area. So keep in mind, too, we've also got some rain and snow coming through with this system. Most of the snow, like the past few systems, is going to be really up in the mountains. Here in the valley, not expecting much, if any, accumulation. Decent chance for about a tenth of an inch of snow or more. And by decent chance, we're talking 50, 60% chance here from Burley to Pocatello. You get closer to Blackfoot and Idaho Falls area, and that drops back down to about a 40% chance. Again, some of those higher elevations, you're definitely going to see more of the snow up in parts of the Sawtooths and the Bear River Range. About a 60% chance near Galena Summit for 4 inches of snow or more with this system. As far as some numbers, if you're looking for those, a lot of the valley area are going to see less than an inch of snow. Some of the higher totals near Galena, 4 to 6 inches of snow. Some parts of the Sawtooths could see that 6 to 8 inch range, and similar story down near the Bear River Range. So we're definitely going to see some snow with that, and of course with any wind, blowing snow certainly could be reducing visibility in some spots too, so keep that in mind if you do have any travel plans or heading through the mountains as we go through Tuesday night into Wednesday here. So first part of Tuesday, warm, dry, temperatures still making it back close to 60 for a lot of us this afternoon, ahead of that cold front that is arriving overnight and bringing those much stronger wind gusts with it. That high wind warning in effect from 6 p.m. this evening until noon on Wednesday, with the potential for some gusts 50 to 60 miles per hour. Again, much cooler with that rain and snow moving through overnight and into Wednesday. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to reach out to us via email, phone call, or, of course, social media. Great place to get a hold of us.